What's up guys, today I'm going to be showing you my updated lightweight airsoft loadout. I actually don't think I've ever made this type of loadout video before with the chest rig, so today will be the first. Recently I acquired quite a bit of new pieces of kit, so I just thought I'd make a video on it. The first part of kit that I'd like to cover would be the uniform top and bottom. I'm currently running the Crye AC pants. I've been running them for maybe a year or a year and a half, and I just recently switched to the Arc'teryx Sphinx half shell. Alright, so as you can see, I run my gloves on a carabiner that just connect to my pants. The gloves are Outdoor Research iron sight gloves, which are pretty common these days. Alright, so since most people know what Crye AC pants are, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the half shell for a second. It's made by Arc'teryx Leaf. Torso material is kind of like Under Armour in that it's stretchy and it feels kind of synthetic as opposed to cotton. The shirt has bicep straps which will cinch down around your arms, which will give the shirt a better fit to your body. Also, there are zipper closures for the pockets, as you can see on both sides. And there's also pit zips, as you can see here. So that will help a lot when you're playing in the summer or doing whatever you're doing when it's hot. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to be talking about would be the goggles and the boots, since we just talked about the uniform and these items are somewhat uniform related. But anyway, these goggles are Smith Optics Low Pro regulators, and then I think these are Smith Optics outside the wire goggles with the turbo fan. Alright, so the goggles on bottom are the Low Pro regulators, which I said before. These have no fan in them, however I ripped all of the foam out of them so they can ventilate a lot better. And then the goggles on top are the Smith Optics outside the wire fan goggles, which have obviously a fan with them. The reason why I have two sets of goggles is, number one, this was my old pair, so I obviously upgraded to these. But the reason why I'm keeping the old ones is because I run my goggle strap under my helmet, which means that when I run the fan goggles, I'll have a giant battery thing on the inside of my helmet digging into my skin and my head. So the reason why I have two sets of goggles is because when it's not like too foggy or anything, I'll try to use these because they're more comfortable on my head. But when I need to have ventilation in my goggles, like let's say it's very humid outside or it just rained, I'll be using these because they have a fan. Alright, so up next we're going to be talking about the footwear. These are Salomon Quest 40 GTX boots. I forgot the color that they're in, but this is the color most people have them in. The reason why I switched to these from Merrell's is because I found that when I was using Merrell's, I would roll my ankle and I wouldn't feel as safe as I was when I was using Salomon's. I just felt like the Merrell boots were kind of weak, kind of not as durable as the Salomon's, so that's why I upgraded to these. Alright, so the next piece of gear, probably the most important, would be the chest rig I'm running. This is the Mayflower Gen 6 pusher. I got this about maybe a month ago from optactical.com. I recently made a review about it. If you want to go check that out, you can. But I suggest you just finish watching this video first. Anyway, like I said, I just made a review on it, so I won't go into that much detail. Right here, I keep the IFAK, which is basically just a little boo-boo kit, which I stuffed a little camping commercial grade first aid kit, and I just put it in there. In the next pouch, I keep a battery, a Milson West tourniquet, a Sharpie, and a Rothko notepad, which is basically the equivalent to a Ride and Rain notepad. Alright, so in the next pouch, I just have one Glock magazine. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to take this out of the kit, just because it weighs me down just a tiny bit. Moving along, I keep my Leatherman Wingman multi-tool. That goes in the little, flashlight / magazine pouch. Next, in this pouch, I keep my dead rag and my mouth guard. That just goes in this big pouch right here. And then finally, in the 152 pouch, I keep obviously my 152. This is wired to a MSA U94. It's a great push to talk. It works fine. The only complaint I have about it is this right here, which is about, I don't know, maybe 1 meter worth of cord that just dangles around, so I have to keep it stuffed away in the pouch. I'm considering getting a shorter push-to-talk so I can avoid this problem, because when I take my radio out, all of this will come out too, and it's quite annoying. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to be talking about would be my helmet setup. This may seem a little redundant considering I just uploaded a video covering my whole entire helmet setup, but I understand there's new viewers, people who haven't seen it, so I'm going to go ahead and cover it real quick right now. Alright, so the helmet is a Dragon Red airframe in size large. I have a Wilcox L4G11, as you can see here. Under it, I keep a Wilcox 3-hole shroud. Then I have a Princeton Tech MPLS point, as you can barely see in the daylight. On each side of the helmet, I have Crye Precision airframe rails, 3M Peltor Comtac adapters, 3M Peltor Comtac 3s. On the back of the helmet, I'm running a Core Survival Hellstar 6. I don't know if you can see this in the daylight, but it's green right now, and now it's red. It also has 2 modes for infrared, solid and flashing. On the back right here, I have the OpsCore counterweight pouch. It's meant for OpsCore Maritimes because these little straps are meant to go with the Maritime cover. But I just tuck them away in back, and I use it as a normal counterweight. Inside of it though, I keep my portable battery as well as some USB cord to recharge my GoPro. Moving to the inside, we have a OpsCore H-nape, as you can see here. And on the inside, I'm running a Team Wendy Epic liner in size extra large with the thin comfort pads. Obviously, during daytime, I would take off the L4G11 and just mount my GoPro, as you can see. However, during nighttime, I'll mount the L4G11 back on and then slap on my PVS-14, as you can see. This PVS-14 is Gen 3 autogated with the Omni 7 tube and also has manual gain. I have the Butler Creek flip up front lens cap, and I also have Lexan on both sides. Alright, moving along to the main gun. This is my SOP Mod Block 2. I've had this for ages and it's working just fine. However, I just had a piston, I had the teeth of the piston rack come out recently, so I just put in a KWA piston for the time being. Anyway, SOP Mod Block 2, pretty basic stuff. Riz 2, Colt receiver, VFC QRS stock, EOTech 553, Tango down vertical grip, Surefire M600U, GNP D-ball, and then on the other side, I have my Contour with an 8mm Rage Cam lens. As for the sling I'm running, this is a Blue Force Gear VCAS, or Vickers Combat Application Sling. It's pretty beat up, as you can see. I've had it for quite some time. As for the belt I'm running, it's just an LBT Riggers belt. I'm not actually going to be using my low profile belt for this kit, because it's a little bit too bulky for what I like to call it a somewhat minimalist kit. So I'm trying to keep it lightweight, and I didn't think a low profile belt would make too much sense. With that said, I'm just using the LBT Riggers belt, as I said like 3 times. Anyway, this is a Safariland 6354 DO, which holds my Tokyo Marui Glock 17. This has tons of upgrades. I'm considering making a separate video about it, but as for now, it has a Surefire X300 Ultra, and like I said, tons of upgrades. As for the dump pouch I'm running, it's just a Mars Tactical dump pouch, which I've had for almost 2 years. Alright guys, that's going to be about it. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any comments or questions about the kit, feel free to drop a comment down below, and as always, thank you for watching.